What's up, everybody? It's your boy Glenn coming back with a couple last minute videos. It is draft day. Gonna try to put out, I think, 2 videos real quick in anticipation of the draft, maybe 3. We're gonna start first though with an offensive loaded mock draft here for the Chicago Bears. So we're gonna call this one "Give Justin Fields Zero Excuses on Offense." So we're gonna get started. We're not going to consider trading up, so we're just going to let it sim all the way to our number 9 pick. All 4 quarterbacks are taken. In this scenario, Tyree Wilson is still available. To be honest, if this wasn't an offensive loaded one, I'd say you run to the podium with Tyree Wilson. Shit, with an offensive loaded one, you almost say just run to the podium with Tyree Wilson anyway. But we're going to do one of the popular things, which is trading back with the Steelers. I actually think the Steelers are trying to jump us rather than trade back with us. But in this scenario, we're going to do a quick little trade back. They take Devin Witherspoon. They need a cornerback. They need a tackle. They end up taking Witherspoon. Bijan goes to the Patriots. Somebody on the radar. I don't really love the idea of taking a running back this high, although he does seem to be the consensus top guy. Peter Skoronski, if you're worried about Tevin Jenkins' health, if you're worried about his gameplay, Peter Skoronski might be the smartest pick here. He could end up being a pretty good right or left tackle in the NFL, probably on the right side just due to his limits in length. Worst case scenario, he's a great guard. But we have Nate Davis, we have Tevin Jenkins. I'd like to think those guys are going to be our guards of the future. Broderick Jones and Darnell Wright, I think, is probably where you're looking if we're looking at a offensive draft here. Jackson Smith and Jigba go. He did go. So let's go ahead and, for the purposes of this one, let's take Broderick Jones. We'll put him at right tackle. I don't think, if anybody we're going to move up for, maybe Gibbs, but we're not going to move up for a running back and waste some draft capital there. All right, Cole Kmet is on the last year of his deal, I want to say. Is not re-signed yet. Darnell Washington might be an interesting piece. He's probably more of a true Y tight end, which is kind of what Kmet is, to be honest. Not so much going to stretch the field. I'm between Washington and John Michael Schmitz here. I'm going to go Washington and just think that we can come back and hit center in the mid rounds if that's what we want to do. All right. While this is an offensive focused draft, or Steve Avila might be a freaking good pick too, because he could rotate between all the guard positions as well. We're going to do that. We're going to stay true to the theme of this draft and just give Justin Fields absolutely zero excuses. Maybe add a receiver, maybe add a running back at some point, maybe add some depth at offensive tackle, but we got to address some of the defensive as well. Got to be able to get off the field. Between Foskey and Benton here, I feel like we need to put a little more priority on the interior. So I'm going to go Benton and hope that Foskey slides a couple slots. He does not. He goes the pick before us to the Chiefs. All right, now we're probably thinking cornerback or edge. We got a couple top cornerbacks. We'll go Brents. Even though I'm not in love with Brents, we'll go with Brents here. I think he's huge, but he's maybe, I don't know, maybe not a great fit here. See what ends up coming up. What's going to be towards the top of the board at the first pick of the 4th round. Boys, I'm excited for the draft. I really am. Jaden Reed, let's take him. He'll be that inside-outside receiver option that kind of fits nice in this depth chart. All right. Let's take Owen Papo out of Ole Miss, or actually out of Auburn, excuse me. And then we'll take Moro Ajomo out of Texas to help stop some of the run if we need. Still need that edge. think our linebacker room's looking pretty nice. Could use some secondary depth and still need that edge. But that being said, I'm going to take Eric Gray. I really like him as a mid to late round running back option. I think he competes for that third running back spot with Homer and Ebner. Edge is really getting away from us. We're gonna, in this scenario, Green and Gibson are for sure going to be competing for that last edge spot. Opposite of DeMarcus Walker, who I would have liked if Jose Ramirez slid, but he doesn't. Ali Gay's an interesting option, big fella. Let's take the athletic upside of Robert Beal Jr. I can see him and Dominique Robinson having slightly similar roles. Now we just need some secondary depth here. Late. Go trade Dean the third out of Florida. Let's get our cornerback. Go Nick Jones out of Ball State. Here's the way the draft looks. Going top heavy with a couple offensive linemen and Darnell Washington, who's going to be probably our third tight end right now, but athletic upside of as good as anybody. He's also going to be a big help in run blocking for sure at the tight end position. We still were able to get some decent pieces on defense down here. I think Keanu Benton and Brent's for sure start. Not sure anybody else is a starter, but maybe some decent depth. Jayden Reed, like him as a mid-round addition to the wide receiver room. That's our mock draft. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to come back with a realistic mock draft for the Bears, and then I'm going to come back with a realistic, what I predict to be the first round of the NFL draft. Thanks for watching. Peace.